Hey, thanks for sitting down to talk to me about the conversation we had last week in regard to the Integrative Motivational Program. What we're going to do is we're going to run through the six main components of the program and talk about how they relate to your job. First, we've got goals and performance expectations. This includes your personal goals, so goals that you have for outside work, so for with family or with friends. And then we've got daily goals, and I think you said it best when it comes to daily goals. You said a daily goal for you is something that you come in and you see needs done, but it wasn't planned for. So you make it a goal to have it done by the end of the day or the end of the next day. It's a very short-term goal. Speaking of short-term goals, you said that most of your short-term goals last over the span of a week or a month or occasionally a quarter, but not much longer than that, not a long-term goal. Now, something that would be a long-term goal, I think we identified as a career goal. So for you, that was the dream job, right? So that's something that motivates you to work hard for the future and to think big picture. And I think you're doing a great job at working towards all of these goals by challenging yourself and using SMART goals. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely goals. I think you're doing an excellent job of doing that. The next thing we're going to talk about is timeliness. And from what it sounds like, timeliness is a really present thing here at Cummins, at least in your department and in your case. You said you have regular, consistent feedback from your manager, you have substance-based performance reviews, and you have the ability to share your thoughts and concerns about your job. So that's really great. Something that you said specifically you liked about the timeliness here at Cummins is that rewards are acknowledged and distributed in a timely manner, which is really great. So next we're going to move on to equity. Equity ensures the distribution is fair and equitable when it comes to rewards, so that everyone is acknowledged for their hard work and that everyone is given the credit that they're due. This rewards outputs with equal inputs, and supervisors will deliberately recognize achievement. So those are all important parts of equity, and from what it sounds like, from what you told me, that's what's happening here. Salience is what we're going to talk about next. These are rewards that are valued by employees. So for you, you said this was a pat on the back. It wasn't a bonus, but it can be either of those, right? And this is what gives you your internal motivation to earn rewards. And it's your boss's job to provide internal and external incentives that are salient. So that's another large component. Like I said, one of the six main components. Now we're going to move on to your ability to perform. Now, you've got sufficient available resources here. Obviously, you guys have no budget, so that makes things easy to accomplish. But you've also got the appropriate training. You told me that you had a 4-year degree in tourism, which greatly aids you in your day-to-day job. And you also told me that everyone is comfortable in their abilities and they know where to seek help, and people know, and you know where to get help. So this helps eliminate all personal and organizational performance barriers, and that's very important. Next, we've got reinforcement, and this is something that I know from my experience is very present here. And that's the value that the company has on your performance, and they really show that you're a necessary part of their company. And this can include financial and non-financial rewards. You said in your case you prefer, like I said before, the pat on the back is what you strive for when it comes to things like that. But the book definition of reinforcement is use rewards and disciplinary action accordingly to discourage negative actions and encourage high performance. So what this could be would be a subtle reminder that, hey, this didn't go as smoothly as possible, or this went fantastic. It could be one side to the other. And from what you said, that's exactly what happens, and that's what needs to happen. That's good. That's good. Both of those are very helpful. So, to kind of wrap things up, I've got 3 suggestions uh, that I have to make that could improve your day-to-day work life. I think with goal setting, you've got a good. You're ambitious, but a challenging workload is something that I think you can definitely tackle, and I think you're cut out for it. And you can set these formal and informal goals by using a goal tree, which we talked about the other day. And I think you suggested, I think that's a fantastic idea to have a visual organizer of your short-term, long-term, and career goals. The next suggestion I have is timeliness. Now, in regards to timeliness, I think it'd be beneficial for you and the chef to meet on a more consistent basis. So maybe, every Friday in the afternoon when it's slow, if you could have a 15 or 20 minute sit down, and that would just be a great time for timely rewards or corrections. So it's a time that you and the chef could be completely transparent about what's happened in the week, what's coming in the week to come, and in the following week. And I think that would be beneficial to both you and the chef. And then reinforcement. I think more encouragement is due when things go right. I think that a lot of the time you and your colleagues put in the long hours and do an exceptional job. And the only reason you're not acknowledged for it is because no one's around to see you do it. So I think more reinforcement and a clear value for high performance could be beneficial to the entire company. So those are the thoughts I had. If you've got any questions, fire away.